It's true that life is a journey, as the adage goes. All people have highs and lows, even the strongest among us. Every circumstance presents an opportunity, and every life stage resembles a little exam. Every choice you make steers you in a certain way, which is why it's so important to understand how to examine people's lives and the choices they've made to get to where they are. Take lessons from the less seasoned, as well as the great men. A sage is the subject of a legend. The sage was sitting under a tree one day when several folks came along and took a seat next to him. They posed a straightforward query to the wise man. "How did you get to be so smart?" After glancing at them for a while, the wise man turned to face them and said, "Because I learned from fools. I see how they make decisions and try not to do the same things that led them into problems." This also applies to your life. Allow every second of your life to be an observational one. It's the simplest approach to put yourself ahead of the 99% and cut 10, 20, or even 30 years off your learning curve. Recall that life is full with valuable lessons. You have a human obligation to continue learning throughout your life. You will cease to develop the minute you think you've accomplished your goals and know all there is to know. What are some of the teachings and guidelines that men need to remember then? First lesson: happiness is an internal decision. You are the only one who can decide what makes you happy. You have to master your emotions, since a large portion of your happiness originates from inside. Satisfying your primitive cravings, even sexual ones, is not the only way to achieve genuine happiness, just as the quest of physical pleasure shouldn't take up all of your thoughts. One of the most prevalent relationship pitfalls is depending too much on other people to make you happy. It's common to feel disappointed in a relationship when you go into it thinking your spouse would provide you all of your happiness. It is your duty to be happy. This holds true for many facets of life, not just relationships. For instance, on a wet day, one individual may be happy with the rain, while another bemoans the conditions. All of it comes down to mentality. Never forget that choosing happiness is a daily decision. Disconnecting from social media is one approach to foster this style of thinking. Social media promises to bring people closer together, yet in many cases, it does more damage than good. In actuality, it usually has the opposite effect, making users jealous and unhappy. Second lesson: nothing lasts forever. Both the happy and the terrible periods pass quickly. When things are good in life, rejoice and express gratitude. Remain calm and confront obstacles head-on when they present themselves. Recall that all good things come to an end eventually. Thus, whenever feelings start to get the better of you, remember to remain composed and decisive. Third lesson: life isn't fair. It's a fact that life presents us with varying cards. While some begin with advantages, others do not. You may whine and be angry about your situation, but in the end, you have to design the life you want. Often, the obstacles you're avoiding are what stand between you and the life of your dreams. It's comparable to the proverb that states, "If you want happiness, start with discomfort. Act now rather than waiting around. Give up complaining and do action." These are the fundamentals of being a resourceful and resilient person. Fourth lesson: taking chances in life. Taking no chances at all might frequently be the largest danger. If you look around, you'll see that a lot of successful people have to take steps to get where they are. There is always some danger involved with everything good. Consider showing interest in someone you think is beautiful. You must approach them and strike up a discussion if you want to win them over. That may seem scary at first, particularly to the many males who become nervous when they notice that chance. But most worthwhile endeavors include some kind of risk, whether they are dating or quitting your day job in favor of a more lucrative one. You have the option, my friends. Accept the chance and live fully. Lesson 5: the importance of being in the now. Many of us have a common propensity to live in the past or the future. Living in these worlds, however, may be quite harmful. While making plans for the future is always acceptable, your current needs should come first. While planning for the future is important, try not to get bogged down in it. As you actively try to accomplish your preferred lifestyle in the here and now, let your ideas about the future to gently lead you. Trying to live in the past is no different. It won't make the good old days come back to remember. What matters most is to live in the present moment. Recall that the secret to enjoying each day to the fullest is to have a purpose. You run the danger of becoming a mindless nomad, caught between the past and the future without it. Lesson 6: Overanalyzing is a trap. Growing up, we have a tendency to overthink everything. Small deeds from other people might throw us into a mental and emotional spiral. Perhaps someone at work failed to say goodbye to you, and now you're certain they hate you. Even if the other person didn't mean any harm, these ideas might nonetheless consume you. Put an end to these ideas, and above all, stop creating imagined situations in your mind. Take steps to avoid overanalyzing situations. Thus, take action to extricate yourself from that mental abyss whenever you sense yourself falling into it. Lesson 7. Make intelligent professional decisions and follow your passion. A large portion of your life is devoted to your job. Consider a person who has a passion for programming. Even under duress, they would not abruptly change to civil engineering. A change like that would probably result in inefficiency. Since time is of the essence, invest it in acquiring abilities that will propel your professional growth. Instead of following their passions, many individuals waste half of their life pursuing professions or talents that are imposed to them by others, such as parents or friends. Your profession will not fulfill you if you're dissatisfied with your chosen field, and this unhappiness will permeate other aspects of your life. When we talk about investing in yourself, we mean this. It need to also apply to your private life. Take part in just those activities that support your goal and purpose. Lesson 8. Your mind is both your biggest ally and enemy. Your thinking is the key to learning the most important lesson in life. The course of your life is something you have designed. You cannot place the blame for your inadequacies or failings on others. Almost often, it's your ideas that make the difference between success and failure. Develop the ability to see yourself as your best ally. It stays with you forever. Self-endorsement from your mirror should make you feel as if you are an example to others. This is something that all successful people have in common. Never forget that each day is a valuable gift that should be enjoyed. Apply these priceless life skills early on and continue to learn as a lifelong learner. It's doubtful that you'll regret it. You may use your mind to control your life in the way you want by realizing the power of your ideas. Accept obstacles as chances to reshape your thinking into something that will help you advance. Negative self-talk and doubt should be avoided at all costs since they might impede your growth. Develop an optimistic, growth-oriented inner conversation that serves as a continuous compass for achieving your goals. It's important to keep in mind that your mind may be a devoted friend or a fierce foe, depending on your viewpoint. Develop your self-awareness on an ongoing basis since learning about the complex inner workings of your own mind is a lifelong endeavor. Give your ideas the same attention and nurturing that a gardener gives to their plants. Remove doubt and negativity, and sow the seeds of resilience and confidence in their place. The terrain of your mind is pliable. It takes on the form of the ideas you choose to cultivate. The following is a synopsis of the important life lessons and guidelines mentioned above. Contentment is an individual decision. Since genuine happiness originates from inside, choosing happiness on a daily basis is crucial. Disappointment may result from depending too much on other people or other forces for happiness. Everything is transient. Accept the good times and the bad, knowing that they are only temporary. Maintain composure in stressful situations and express gratitude when things go well. It's not fair in life, other than the fact that every person has unique circumstances. You can't improve your circumstances by whining. Instead, take charge of creating the greatest life you can in spite of obstacles. Taking chances in our lives. The greatest danger is sometimes avoiding the hazards. A lot of successful people have to take action to get to where they are. Accept difficulties and take measured chances to advance your career and personal life. The force of being in the moment. Planning for the future is important, but spending too much time thinking about the past or the future may be harmful. Live in the now, have a purpose, and allow your ideas about the future direct your behavior. The overthinker's trap. Stress that isn't essential might result from overanalyzing events. Avoiding hypothetical situations and acting instead can help you combat overthinking. Make intelligent professional decisions and follow your passion. Set aside time to learn skills related to your hobbies. Choose a profession that aligns with your passion rather than following other people's recommendations. Your greatest ally and enemy is your own thoughts. Your results are shaped by your thinking. Develop the mindset of a supporter. Accept difficulties and cultivate an optimistic inner conversation. Maintain a constant state of self-awareness. These teachings place a strong emphasis on taking ownership of one's life, being resilient, accepting obstacles, and having a positive outlook.